Hi, this is Ennis from Never Stop Trucking. We're streaming live. It's Wednesday, and I kept my promise for, I think this is the third week straight, and that's really good. I had someone coming in today, a new driver that wanted to start, but he said he would be here around 2 p.m. later today. So I was going to cancel this today's stream because of him, but now he's gonna be late, so I can go ahead and stream live. Answer this message here. Uh, okay, and I could maybe monitor my sound. Okay, let's see. Is this okay? I can hear myself. I think, yep, that's good. All right. Let me see if we have anyone here yet. The chat. We have 7 people watching. Okay, that's great. Let me know. This is going to be another one of these what's going on in the trucking world live streams, and let me know if you do have any questions, so we can talk about them, and I will talk about some things that are going on right now in the trucking world. The first thing I want to talk about here is that I guess U.S. Postal Service, they're trying to privatize them. So Trump said in 2018 that he would want to do that, and then he gave up on that idea. And now he's saying like he might want to push for it again. The Congress has to approve that before this goes into the effect, but you never know. So the USPS, a lot of people are complaining about it, and a synonym for postal office is slow mail, snail mail, and they are not very reliable. I used to send a lot of things with them, packages and large envelopes, but now I just use UPS because post office, they will lose your packages, they will open them up, they will damage them, they will not find the address, they will bring it back. So right now they want to see them privatized. Their argument for privatization is that this would lead to greater efficiency, cost cutting, and innovation. Private companies are generally more agile and competitive, which could result more in streamlined operations, better services, and more modernized infrastructure. Some argue that the USPS has been financially unsustainable under its current model due to its dependence on a flawed funding system. They reported a net loss of $100 billion since 2007, mostly from fixed costs like pensions and workers' compensation payments. So yeah, this is a government agency, and when you go to postal office, you can see what's going on. Like you can see like the way they behave there. I mean, there are a lot of nice people, but no one is pushing them to work. And then there is the argument against privatization that the mission of Postal Service is to provide mail delivery to every address in U.S., including remote, rural, and underserved areas. Critics worry that private companies would focus only on profitable regions and abandon less lucrative ones. Some also argue that privatization could lead to higher costs for consumers, right? So yeah, that could happen. So we'll see how that goes, and this will affect our industry as well. I'm getting some private messages. Yeah, Chris. Chris is commenting on my looks. Ćao, brate. Pozdrav iz Srbije. Pozdrav i vama. Vuk, Vuče. Hi. What are you reading? This one, I'm reading this. We get this newsletter in our inbox coincidentally every Wednesday, which is cool. It gives me some materials to read them, but a lot of them has nothing to do with trucking, so I'm not reading everything. I'm just reading something that has to do with trucking, like Port of Long Beach continues to post cargo gains. This might be the best thing to happen to Southern California since the Luca trade, or Laca trade, I don't know how to pronounce it. The Port of Long Beach saw significant trade growth in February, continuing a 9-month streak of increased cargo movement, right? So if you have your trucks in South California, this might interest you, right? Rail traffic remains ahead of 2024 levels. It has a strong performance. Tesla is not having good time. So everyone has been reading about that. All right. What else is interesting? Here's a very interesting thing I wanted to share today. Pozdrav Zorane. Pozdrav za Makedoniju. Pozdrav. Greetings to Chris as well, because he's watching, I think. Now, this one is a shocker. Get ready for this. FMCSA is to eliminate MC numbers in 2025. They have been talking about this for a while now, and to me, it never really made any sense having both MC numbers, motor carrier number and the USDOT number, but I guess they will eliminate them now for sure. No more MC numbers. You gotta learn your DOT number now. They're gonna go by everyone is going to go by USDOT numbers now. So let's look into this article from FreightWaves, and then we'll talk more about that. If you have any comments on this, let me know. Okay, the FMCSA has announced some major changes, perhaps none more significant than overhauling its carrier identification system. By October 1st, 2025, the agency plans to phase out motor carrier numbers and transition entirely to USDOT numbers. This move is part of an effort to modernize carrier registration, reduce fraud, and streamline compliance processes. This word, streamline, I would love to forbid anyone from using this word, streamline. That's such a stupid word. Let me see. But anyway, this move is part of an effort to modernize carrier registration, reduce fraud. I read it. Okay, while the change may seem like a minor administrative update, it carries significant implications for carriers, brokers, and the trucking industry. Why are they eliminating them? Well, let's find out. Retiring MC numbers is rooted in efficiency, security, and regulatory consistency. Oh my God, so many hard words. Come on, man. Like, just get to the point. For years, carriers and brokers have operated with both USDOT and MC numbers, leading to confusion. I agree. Duplicate records. I agree. And increased opportunities for fraud. I agree. By consolidating carrier identification under a single USDOT number, FMCSA aims to streamline the registration. Here we go again. Streamline the registration process for new carriers. Okay, so it will be easier, more efficient. reduce identity fraud and carrier manipulation by eliminating the ability to reset compliance records under a new MC number. Aha. Okay. Enhance regulatory enforcement by simplifying carrier tracking, improve public access to safety and compliance records. Oh my God, like whoever wrote this article, it's like they're full of themselves. Like, just please. Who will be affected? Motor carriers, brokers, and freight forwarders. So everyone, pretty much everyone in this industry, and then even shippers, because they used to probably keep records of carriers and brokers by the MC number. So now everything is going to have to be changed. Carriers will no longer need an MC number for interstate operations, meaning all regulatory and safety records will be tied exclusively to their USDOT number. How will this impact fraud prevention? One of the biggest concerns in the trucking industry today is identity fraud, double brokering, and carrier churning, in which a carrier with a bad safety record shuts down and reopens under a new MC number in their wife's name. By eliminating MC numbers and forcing all authority records to be tracked under a single USDOT number, FMCSA hopes to reduce fraud and hold carriers more accountable for their history. Now, okay, so there is a lot more, but the thing is, everyone goes by MC number right now, and a lot of things will have to be changed. All of these systems and safety procedures, websites, apps, software programs will have to be changed, because most of them right now ask for the MC number. And now everyone is going to have to change it. And that's going to cost a lot of money and a lot of time. And there's going to be probably a lot of confusion and stress once this starts happening. And in my opinion, like I said, MC number and DOT number, like, why do you have to have both? Why do you have to have both? There is no need for that. I know that if you're intrastate, if you stay in one state, you don't need both, right? But if you're going over the road, you're going interstate, you need both. I mean, not anymore. From October, you're not going to be needing all of them. So just get used to saying that USDOT number. I'm assuming the brokers might still use the MC numbers for their records, but it's not clear whether the DOT and FMCSA will just delete these numbers, deactivate them, or how that's gonna go. But I can still see some brokers still using that MC number for a while until they get used to the new system. Let's take a look at the comments. Hello, Ulrich. Thanks for coming in. Do you have any uncovered tracks? Show us some masterclass. I know my most popular videos are live dispatching, and we do have a few people working here right now and dispatching trucks, and I would jump in and help everyone if they need help, and I would do it here online, live. But right now they don't need help. They're on top of everything. So, and then also the thing is, when the markets are good, you can call a lot of numbers. You can talk to a lot of brokers, to a lot of people, and that will give me content, and that will make it interesting for you. But right now, you know as a dispatcher that more than half of these loads that are posted right now go through email, and then I don't get to talk to anyone, and I can't really show my email here live because of the privacy reasons. And if I call a number and you know that it takes them, like, every fifth call will get answered or worse. They just put you on hold and you wait, you listen to the music, and no one is even answering. And if they answer, then the rate is just stupid. Like, how do I book that load for that bad rate? I just can't, right? So those are the reasons why right now I don't do a lot of these live dispatching shows. Pull to Arab right now. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go there right now. Pozdrav, Nemanja. Thanks for watching. Let me show you something else here. Let me change the screens. Okay. Let's first take a look at the DAT load board and the markets. Okay. Let's see what's it doing today and yesterday. Pretty much similar, except that all of this is getting blue and cold. Let's see, flatbed should be better. Yeah, flatbed, like it shows tight, but still the flatbed rates are not that great. But look at this. This is very interesting. Like this whole region, south and southeast, Midwest. Look at this. It's all red. So that's actually not bad. You know, if you have a flatbed truck here, you can keep them busy. But still, you know, the markets can be tight all they want, but the rates are just not there yet. The reefer is doing a little bit better. You know, look at this line right here. Right? It's interesting. Okay. Now, let me show you Baba. Have you heard of Baba? Baba is the new automated dispatcher. I bet they paid for this article. Let me see if this is sponsored or no. Yeah. Independent truckers and small carriers often are a disadvantage among their competitors. Blah, 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 blah. Recognizing this challenge, this guy or lady, founder and CEO of Hey Hubba, on Tuesday introduced Baba AI, an AI-powered dispatcher tailored to the needs of independent truckers and small fleets. I tried it. But anyway, I want to show you. I asked him for a load from from Chicago, Illinois to Grand Rapids, and said there are no loads. Right. So let's give him another chance. And it talks. So it wants my MC and DOT number. I'll just put it there. And I'll bring it back here.
I am Bubba, your AI dispatcher.
Hmm.
I can help you with finding available loads, providing details about specific loads, booking or declining loads, managing and canceling booked loads, reporting issues related to loads or operations, contacting brokers on your behalf, fetching information about your booked loads and associated documents. To get started, may I have your US DOT number or MC number, please?
I just gave it to you.
Great. How can I assist you today?
See, it doesn't even understand me that much.
I apologize if there was any confusion. I'm here to help. What do you need assistance with today?
I need you to find me a good paying load for today for a drive-in out of Chicago, Illinois. It can go anywhere.
That's a good number of options. Would you like me to provide details on a few of these loads, or do you have specific preferences you'd like to share?
What do you think is the best load for me? Just give me something really good.
I can help find a great load for you. Could you please provide me with your current location, destination preference, and end?
Find me a different load, okay? I want a load from Kansas City, Missouri to Houston, Texas, flatbed load for today.
I found several loads in Houston, Texas for today. Would you like more details on any specific load?
No. I need a load from Kansas City to Houston, Texas. Yeah. So now
Searching for loads from Kansas City to Houston, Texas. Find something that matches your needs.
it's it's very interesting. The AI revolution is I see a lot of programs for dispatchers and carriers, software, and everything. It claims to be AI based, and it's going to help us with everything, booking loads and managing, saving time, saving money. But none of them are working. And everyone is saying, well, AI is going to take over the world. It's so scary. They're going to take our jobs. Like, look at this guy. I'm assuming he paid for an article. So this is because Freight Waves is like that. They like money. So they pay for an article for an unfinished product that doesn't do anything, right? And I didn't even check like their pricing. Do they have it doesn't say anything about the pricing. And like the basic simple commands don't work, right? By the time I talk to this thing and get frustrated and all of that, I could have found something myself. Okay. What else do we have here? Trump nominates trucking official to head FMCSA. So remember, there was this lady and she was there only for 2 weeks, and suddenly she left, and no one knows why. But now they nominated a guy that's actually a member of ATA and Florida Trucking Association. So this guy has some background in trucking, supposedly. So let's see what that does to FMCSA and for all the rules that that we have to go through. Do you have any questions here? I don't see any questions. If you don't have any questions, I'm gonna go to the YouTube channel and see the previous questions, and we'll try to answer those if we can. Okay. Share the screen. Okay. So is the trucking worth it in 2025? This guy here, Bill Monroe, is saying that it's not. Every trucking company out there these days are shady. The ones that were truthful and took care of the driver either went bankrupt or out of business, and for good reason. So if they're truthful and they took care of the driver, why did they go out of business? So that's a really good question. That's a good, that's something to think about. Why do you think trucking schools are everywhere? You look, companies are taking people with no experience, etc. Yeah, the trucking right now does not pay well. If you're an owner operator, you might be able to make some money, but company drivers, they will advertise. The trucking companies will advertise good money for company drivers and even for owner operators. But if you're a company driver, most of them, you're not going to be making a lot of money, no matter what they advertise. So you'll see. Oh yeah, and then I had a guy asking me the other day. So we had someone that wanted to come over, an owner operator, and I spoke to him for a long time, and we got all the details. And then he's saying, well, are your ELD people available 24 hours. And I'm saying, excuse me? And I know what he means. If you don't know what he means that like the people that fix the electronic logbooks, are they available so they can call them right away? First of all, we don't do that. We use Motive, and Motive is, I think, the second largest one in the United States, and you can absolutely not fix anything. And second thing, we want everything to be 100% legal and legit. So we don't do that, and we wouldn't want to do it even if we could, right? So we don't do that. We check the logbooks. I still check the logbooks, even though a driver technically cannot do anything. A driver cannot change the hours, but there could be some other minor things that could happen. So I still check them, even their electronic logbooks, and a good safety manager should check them. So this guy is saying, well, how can you make any money if you don't do that? Well, yeah, you can still make money, but think about, is it worth it? Is it worth it to risk your life and your career and your future and your company's future because you wanted to make more money this week, right? Eventually you're going to have to pay that money back to someone. If you're lucky, you're not, but it's just a disaster waiting to happen if you do that. And people don't understand, like, oh, you don't do that? No, I don't do it. We don't do it. Well, if I run out of hours sometimes and I have to move and there's traffic, I don't want to use it all the time, but maybe only if I have to. No, I still don't want to use it. You can manage your time. Everyone can manage their time. There are exceptions. Sometimes you cannot do something. You cannot foresee a traffic jam. I understand, but that's not all the time. And if it happens, you make a note and you try to plan your trip and day better. So you can still manage. I drove like that. All of our drivers are driving like that, and they're all legal and legit. Okay. Let's see if we have other comments here. Worst job to have, and all the companies rip off their drivers all day long, every day. Okay, well, this is not really true that all companies rip off their drivers all day long, every day. I do understand that there are a lot of them, and we had someone reach out to me the other day, and this guy was saying how the last 3 or 4 companies that he was in did a lot of shady things and all of that. And if I tell him that we're not gonna do that, is he gonna trust me? I don't know. But that's all I can say. We don't do that. We're not gonna do it. So not all of us are like that. Okay. Let's see. We have some questions. I'll change to full screen. Here we go. It's very low nowadays. Kako pronaći firme koje zapošljavaju dispečere? How to find companies? Cabs tracking, that's a really interesting. I just saw that, but I'm going to answer the question before yours. How to find companies that hire beginner dispatchers. I'm very interested in this job, but I don't have any experience. It's hard to find. Only if you can find someone locally that you can actually go to, not remotely, because remotely most likely no one will hire you as a beginner dispatcher to work remotely. Only if you can go somewhere to an office and get some experience there and talk to them and see if you can make a deal with them so you can at least gain some experience. Okay. Cabs tracking. Could you do a course or class on how to have carriers lease on to you? So this is very interesting. To tell you right away, I don't think I will have time for that to make a an actual class, but maybe a video. I'll think about that. I'll think about it, because this is a very, very good question, very good idea. I did have a few videos on this channel where I spoke about how we do it here at Usora Express. If we have an owner-operator that's interested in leasing on their trucks to us, I did make a couple of videos about that, but this is not a class or anything instructional for someone else. It just explains our way of doing it, how we do that. So I could maybe do that, and I'll make a note about that. I'll just copy your question and put it here. Okay, good. Let me check my notes here. Okay. I made a video yesterday. I'll probably release it tomorrow or on Friday. I made a video about how weight affects driving in a big truck, and what's the difference between having, for example, 35,000 pounds on your truck and 40,000 pounds, or what's the difference between having more or less 5,000 pounds more in the truck or less, if you get what I'm saying. And I made a video about that, and should be I think that will be very interesting. I read Kev's Trucking. If you can please elaborate on that idea, what did you have in mind? That would help me tremendously. Maybe we could talk about some of that right now, but just if you can just give me more more info or more description of, like, I don't know what, like, how to say that. My brain is not functioning correctly today. LinkedIn. I started going on LinkedIn. I had no idea that LinkedIn had a big audience for trucking and transportation professionals. They have brokers, they have dispatchers, they have drivers, they have owner-operators. And LinkedIn is very interesting. And I might bring up my account here just to go through some of it. But I find that, LinkedIn is very different than what I'm used to. It's supposed to be professional, but all I'm seeing is there is crying, at least in the trucking world and transportation. Like dispatchers bad, brokers bad, carriers bad, drivers bad. Like everyone is bad. Like if you're a broker, the carriers are your worst enemies. Their drivers cannot follow directions, and then carriers are saying brokers steal money, we don't need them. But they try to argue in a very polite way. And if someone posts a comment on LinkedIn or a post, if someone comments on that post, the original author, for some reason, always has to reply to each one of those comments. I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand the culture on LinkedIn. But I'll try to bring it up right now. And there is always it gives me a lot of ideas for videos. I can say that. Sometimes I will say something myself. Usually I'm not nice. Because I like to go straight to the point. You're right. I don't like to sugarcoat. I just tell it. And Kev's Trucking, he's saying he just needs to learn the paperwork process. Well, the paperwork process. Well, if you want to, I do consultation, right? This is not my sales pitch to you, Kev's Trucking, but I do. If you go to neverstoptruck.in, I do phone consultation or Google Meet consultation, and it gives you an hour for that. And maybe that would be a good way, because I did help a lot of people. I have a consultation probably every week, sometimes more. and I go into every little details. I try to justify that fee for for that 1 hour, and sometimes I stay longer. And I also sometimes send you some free forms and documents or something that could help you. So I feel like that would be beneficial to you, or I might make a video about that, or like you said, a short course, right? But anyway, let's bring up LinkedIn here, and then if you're an owner operator, look into coming to work with us. Right now, we have 5 or less trucks per dispatcher, right? 5 or less trucks per dispatcher. That's what we do right now, and that will give you the most attention that you deserve. All of them have long time experience in trucking, and you will be taken care of for sure. Check out the description of this video for owner operators, semi truck owner operators, and let's work together. I'm going to look into my LinkedIn account and bring it here just to make sure first that we don't have any. Yeah, this is okay. Let's bring it here. This should be interesting. Okay. Okay. So can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you have like this guy from Pink Panthers group. Sometimes they will post loads. Like brokers will post their loads or their lanes or projects that they have. They will post them on LinkedIn, and people like you see like 47 comments. Now, once you go to the comments, then it gets interesting, right? Because this guy is saying he needs to move 40 empty trailers from Chicago to Laredo, I think. Can anyone assist? 47 comments. Can they be loaded? Okay. Question marks. Okay, not much, not that interesting. This is not sustainable. DAT contract rate is 138 per mile from Toledo, Ohio to Laredo, Texas. Yeah, it's cheap because brokers think that Laredo is giving you $3 or $4 per mile freight, so you can just go there for free, right? And Laredo is not that great at all. I mean, it's okay, it's decent, but not that great. This rate is suicidal. Any trucker accepting this kind of price to move a load to Texas is a trucker who cannot do the math. Okay. Let's see the comments now. This will get juicy. Brokers are destroying the market. Do not take these loads under any circumstances. It's not brokers. So BMAC. And we know BMAC. We work with BMAC. It's not brokers, it's the shippers. Okay, that could be right. We are under the same threat of low rates that truckers are. I can tell you, DAT, I guess DAT. DAT is not pro-broker because green screens is, and the rates are much lower on green screens. What you see on DAT is the truckers' accepted rates. So I'm a hazmat carrier. I'm getting 6,000 from Laredo to Ohio. Well, yeah, you as a hazmat carrier might be getting that from Laredo, but others are not. So for you, this might justify that round trip, and you might be okay with taking that load, but you're setting the standards low for everyone else, right? Okay. What? Okay. Okay, I thought I saw a familiar name. Okay, so this guy is having a DPF issue. Wow. Carrier sues your fuel card provider. Why do shippers default to big brokers? Many large brokers don't have real carrier relationships, no direct driver contact, just a transactional approach. Yet shippers still choose them. Okay. Let's see what big brokers say. I don't see this to be true. Yeah, so there's a lot of arguing here. Like, he doesn't think this is true. I have multiple... he's from TQL. Oh. I have multiple carriers that are regulars on certain lanes, probably 75% of them. Every broker has their own book of business that they handle. Tariffs for dummies and pressers. He's a professor, attorney, occasional judge, rock musician. Man, he's a lot of things. Generally, a tariff is assumed by the seller. All costs, fees, taxes, and profits are paid by the ultimate consumer. But let's assume the seller doesn't pass it on. Say an item costs 10, I guess, dollars, but with tariff is now $14. The consumer pays 12 because the importer decides to absorb 2. Yeah, whatever. Okay, that's it. Let me see if we have any questions here. 9079, no vetting, a postal load, a payphone, a familiar voice, and your word. 1980, no freight guards, just your name on the CB. Freight Validate, they are another one of those carrier vetting companies that claim that they're different, and they see, like, they preach like, oh, no vetting, when they do the same thing, right? They red flag you for being, not red flag you, but your scores go down because you're a new carrier or you have no inspections, and they do that as well. But all of their posts are trying to tell us otherwise, right? But, you know, all of them are working for brokers. Now, brokers, I spoke to a guy from Venture. That's a large brokerage out of Grand Rapids here. They used to call me different. I know Chris reminded me the other day what they used to be called, but I forgot again. So I spoke to this guy for like 20 minutes, and he was telling me about freight fraud. And I told him, hey, you know, right now you can't even change your address, you can't even change your phone because you're going to be red flagged, and then brokers will not want to work with you because of that. And he said, well, you know, it should be okay if you change your phone number in FMCSA and then also Transcore. Yeah, thank you, Chris. I keep forgetting they used to be called Transcore. So they will not red flag you if you change it in the FMCSA and on RMIS. Well, no, I did change, of course, when I changed the address, the company address, I changed it also on FMCSA, but still, they see it as a change of address. Now, this is not the only thing that they're going to vet you by. They're going to vet you on with different things, but this is one of them. So it's just an additional thing that a broker might see as a red flag. So you can't even change your address. And I spoke to him about the freight fraud. He said they had two stolen cargo claims last month, just in the last month. So like they sold a load to a carrier. They booked a load, not sold it. They booked a load with a carrier, and the load was stolen twice in the last month. And they are all freaking out. Like when they call you, I mean, they keep calling me every day because right now we have multiple dispatchers, and each one of them have they have their own phone number and it's same area code. but our main number is listed on FMCSA, and they keep calling me every day to vet. And the same guy books the same load with the same dispatcher, for example, with Chris or Emro or someone else. And they keep calling me and saying, hey, is it okay to work with this dispatcher? What's their phone number? What's their email? And I understand that they're trying to prevent this, but it's just gotten to a point where everyone is freaking out. They check everything, your email address, your website, your social networks, your address, the inspections. Chris just told us that there are these guys that he works with. They had inspections, but since the SMS scores on FMCSA, they expire every 2 years, so they turn around. These inspections that they had got deleted, so they don't show anymore. And now most brokers don't want to book loads with this carrier. Now the problem is not that they did not have any inspections, because they did, but the problem is that they did not have any inspections in the last 2 years. So that's what they look at, because they only see those 2 years, and it's empty. And then also we got an email the other day from a broker saying, well, and this is not the only one, we had other ones as well, saying that you need to have as many inspections on your record as the number of trucks. Okay, so if you have 2 trucks, you have to have 2 inspections. If you have 20 trucks, you have to have 20 inspections. Okay. And this is US Express, and I know US Express has their own trucks, and I go to FMCSA and look up their trucking authority. They have 5,600 trucks, I think. And I look at their inspections, they have 12,000 inspections. Because I was gonna get them, I was gonna be say like, you look at you get 5,000 trucks, but you don't have 5,000 inspections. But no, they actually have 12,000 inspections, and that's the last 2 years, right? Because you would think, okay, US Express is a large company, they're an older company, and they took their time to get all those inspections. But no, they only look at the last 2 years. So in the last 2 years, US Express had 12,000 inspections. That's crazy. Okay. Let's see. Truck market is very bad. I agree. Yes, I saw. Yeah, Ulrich, I saw you too there. I think we connected, right? I didn't know you were that active. I look at LinkedIn all the time. I don't comment a lot because I know I'm just gonna get into a fight. Because if I agree, and I guess most people are like that. Like if you agree, you just don't say anything. But if you disagree, oh man, if you disagree, then it's bad. But LinkedIn is good for getting new contacts in your business. And I think I need to have 150 people in my network to be able to live stream on LinkedIn as well, because I'm live streaming on 2 channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble, and I will be able, because Rumble is not good. Rumble doesn't give me any results, so I'll switch Rumble with LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, you can get some connections with brokers, with other carriers, and you can see a lot of things, news. Like I said, I get a lot of. I'm looking at it right now. I get a lot of video ideas from LinkedIn, because like that. I'm gonna have to try to find that post that this guy did. I'll find it for you. That made me make that video about weight on the trucks. I'll show it to you. Let me see. I'll find it because I can find it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I see this guy, he's pretty active on LinkedIn. I see him all the time. Can someone tell me the average cost difference for fuel between a 35k pounds load versus a 40k pounds load? It's mind-blowing how many drivers don't understand what little difference it makes. So so I guess someone was asking for $500 more when they found out that the load was weighing 40,000 pounds instead of 35 when they got to the shipper. Okay, and then you'll see in that video that I released this week, I made 10 points of why it matters, why this matters, and I told him it's not just about the fuel. There is so much more about it. Looks to me like you never drove a truck. Ooh. Driving a truck doesn't mean I can't price freight. See, so for the brokers, their ultimate goal and their purpose is to price the loads correctly to where they can have profit or not have profit, right? And then everything else is secondary. That's the most important thing for them. I understand you're in business, you need to be profitable, and that's the point of having a business and working to make money. But still, if you can price the freight right, that doesn't mean that you understand everything else that's part of this job. Okay, so if you price the freight for 35,000 pounds and someone shows up and this is heavier, then don't be surprised when someone contacts you or complains about it, because guess what? Now you're gonna have to reprice it. Okay, and it's really not that much about 5,000 pounds. There are so many other things. But for example, we have drivers who don't want any freight over 35,000 pounds owner operator. Okay, to me, I don't, that I'm not gonna say it doesn't make any sense, but to me, I don't think, if you say like I don't want anything over 40, then I can understand that. But if you don't want anything above if you don't want anything above 40, I can understand it. But if you don't want anything above 35, you're limiting yourself, you're limiting your dispatcher, and seriously, right? There's a lot of freight that's above 35,000 pounds, especially right now in these markets. So you have to be a little more flexible if you want to stay on the road and drive and make money. But still, you want under 35, we will respect that. We'll accommodate that. So no problem. But in my opinion, I disagree that's a good way of making money right now. If we had good markets, then yeah, sure, I understand that. Yeah, there are plenty of loads. We'll find you something easily under 35. But right now, it's gonna be tough, and you might be sitting, right? You might be staying empty, somewhere in a bad area because you don't want a heavy load. But never mind. But so let's say we have one of those drivers, and you tell me the load is 35,000 pounds, and we send that driver to pick up your load, and it turns out to be 40. What are we gonna do? This guy is not gonna take it. He drove for nothing. You're not gonna give us a truck order not used. I will look stupid. You will look stupid, and we're gonna have a problem, right? So if you don't know the correct freight and it turns out to be more, then you're gonna have to pay up. But in these times, brokers don't do that. They refuse to do that because they can. They're just gonna cancel the load. Like, They're not going to pay you extra. They're going to cancel the load, find someone else because they can. They might give you like $50 more, but most likely they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So these guys, okay, now we get to the point, right? You don't have trucking experience, right? So that's my whole point. For you, just pricing the load, that's what matters. It's not rocket science. Okay, see, a lot of brokers think that drivers are stupid, right? Okay, they think that. Most brokers are well educated. You know, most of them will have a degree, especially if you work in a big company, you will have to have a degree. And they just think carriers, truckers, trucking owners, drivers, that they're stupid. Like, it's not rocket science. Okay, well, dude, why don't you just go into the truck and show me how to drive the truck? So we'll see how that works for you. Do you charge less for less weight? Hell no. So yeah, they got him going, but he's totally wrong in this. So this here gave me an idea for that video. Okay, this here. Anyway. If you disagree about a LinkedIn post and you make a comment, it will be war. Yeah, kind of like Twitter. Okay. So we've been streaming for 1 hour. If you guys don't have any more questions, we can wrap it up. You can always rewatch this. It will stay on the channel, this live stream. But like I said, I hope to do this every Wednesday. This is, I think, the third Wednesday in a row that I did it at 11. And if you have any questions, make sure you get them. If you have any interesting articles or news, let's get them. And I know you guys want to see me dispatching, and maybe, just maybe, we can do some of that as well next time. Maybe we can split it up to like one part of the show being dispatching trucks, and one part of the show being reading the comments and commenting on the news. Thanks everyone for watching. And if you're an owner operator, check out the description of this video. Let's work together. And hopefully these markets will improve soon. Hopefully we will see the light at the end of the tunnel soon. Thanks everyone for watching. You have a great